just a good old boy.
All right, y'all, today we're going to be doing a review on the 4710 again. I'll do these periodically. I figured 500 hours is a good mark. I'll probably do another one at 1500. It is 4710. Got 3-cylinder AGCO Perkins. We've had this tractor about a month, over a year. It has 577 hours on it. So far, I'm going to go over what we've done to it, what we haven't done to it, and everything about it that I like and dislike at this point. We'll start with the engine, because the power plant is what's most important. The 3-cylinder engine, so far, we've had 2 of these. We had one with a 4610, had a 3-cylinder AGCO engine, and then we got the 4710 with a 3-cylinder AGCO engine. Both engines had 0 trouble out of them, other than the fuel filters, and didn't really have trouble out of them. This one in particular, at 200 hours, we got some dirty fuel, and it threw a code for dirty fuel filters, so we had to change them on it. It says to change them, I think it's every 500, but generally we change them every 200. It may not have been 200, it may only have been 150. I don't remember. It was right around the time that they were getting close to needing changing, and we had gotten a dirty batch of fuel and off the company that brings us fuel, and we actually had to change quite a few fuel filters there for a little while to get out of it. But that's the only thing we've really had a problem with the tractor, and that was on our end, not the tractor. It has had some codes come up a couple times, and then they've went away, or you just turn the key off, crank it back up, and they go away. This thing is kind of like cars. All the newer tractors they'll throw a code to let you know if there's something up. It can be something like a dirty air filter or fuel filters or something like that. They'll throw a code over that, and in the back of the owner's manual there is a whole section for codes, and you take the code number it has and you look it up in the back of your owner's manual, and you can see exactly what the code means. It's actually a really good tool. It can be scary or annoying, I guess, if you're not used to it. It doesn't I haven't had it happen, but probably 4 or 5 times since we've had the tractor. Most time it's just something dumb, and sometimes they'll do that. Just like new vehicles, they'll throw a check engine light if you leave the gas cap loose on them, and then it'll go away once you tighten the gas cap up. But overall, no issues with the tractor. 0 issues so far. As far as it functioning and working and everything, we've had pretty good luck with it. Engine has plenty of power. I like the 3-cylinder engines since we've had them. They've been pretty powerful, or whole stout engines. A lot of people has had concern with that. We've run multiple different 3-cylinder engines over the years. Our old Dewitts has had 3-cylinder engines, so it's nothing new to us. We like it. I prefer 4, but these seem to be just as stout as the 4-cylinder engines to me, and the Perkins tractors engines that we have in some of our tractors. I can't really tell any difference. They're pretty well the same, so nothing to worry about there from my standpoint so far. The radiator cool pack, I do not like. It cools very well. This tractor stays very cool. When you're mowing hay, obviously you got to blow them out pretty regular because of the grass seeds, but other than that, it does an excellent job keeping the tractor cool. My complaint with it is that I wish that instead of doing the screens like this, they would have done something more like they have on the S series tractors that they have, and spaced these packs out a little bit more. Maybe made the tractor a little tad longer or something. so that way you could get in here and blow them out easier. I just like that. That's just my preference. The 5400 I have has slides on its coolers, so that way you can slide them out and blow them out that way. I prefer it. It's not that bad. You just buy you a long one style blower and you reach in here and you just blow it out from that way. The screen works really well on this one. This is probably one of the best screens that we've ever had on a tractor. As far as that goes, the 4610s did not work as good as this one does, and neither does the McCormick. It has screens as well. This one by far works better than any one we've had so far with screens on it. But I would still prefer them just to be spaced out so I can get in there and blow them out easier. One thing I would like to see AGCO add to their tractors, especially tractors that are preferably around the hay mower size tractors. I would love it if they would put the reversible fans on their tractors that's around 100 something horse in that area to blow the seeds off like they have on some of their equipment, like the windrowers or different things. I think that would be a cool feature to have to keep the seeds out and keep them cool, because a lot of people mow more hay with tractors, especially around that size, than they do windrowers. So I think that would be a cool piece of technology in the future. Air filters, I love where this air filter's at. It's real easy to get to. Battery, same thing. I have zero issue with any of this. Functionality, it works great. A lot of people don't like the battery in front. I do. It makes it easy access to get to hook stuff to it, to jump stuff off, to take it out if you need to put a new one in, and different things. I like where the air filter's at. A lot of them will be back there, like in the back or behind, all the way up in the cab, and they're a pain to get out. Some of them will be right in here, which isn't bad. But I like this one. It's easy to get to. You just got 3 clips. You flip it off like that. Pull the thing out, and there's your air filter. You just pluck it out. It has an inner and outer air filter like most modern equipment nowadays. Really like where it's at. It all works good. Can't complain. It keeps tractor cool, so you can't really complain about it. Heavy duty front end. I really love that. It's got a front end sort of like the one underneath the 5400, the way it's set up. It's not like the 4610 was. Even though the 4610 did not have any issues with it in that area, that was a good tractor for us. We just like the cab on these better. It was more comfortable for us because we run these things all day, every day. That tractor was really a good tractor for somebody who spent maybe a couple hours a day in one or something, but it was a good tractor for us. The lights on the tractor, on the front end, I like them, but it has extra lights. The cab lights, they could probably do a little bit better on those. Maybe do some LEDs or something different. Nowadays, you can buy LED lights nearly as cheap as you can. These for just regular old lights. This tractor has a 931 loader on it instead of a 931X. A lot of people have asked, how did that happen? I don't even know if you can get, now that I've looked into it a little bit, I don't even know if you can get a 931 loader on these. You probably can, or whatever the new version of it is. I know you can get a self-leveling loader, and you can get the 931X on these for sure. And I like the 931 on this tractor. It was a mistake. It showed up with, it was supposed to have a 931X just like our 4610 did. Those are good little hay loaders. And it came with a 931 on it, which is a heavier loader. It's the same loader that's on the 5400 that we have. I really like the 931 and the way they are. I love it on this tractor. I have zero complaints on this tractor. I think they ought to put them all on this tractor. They're a little bit more expensive, but to me, it's worth the extra money. That is a really good loader. I love that loader, except for one thing. For whatever reason, they decided to go to flat face couplers. Now, that loader is just like all manufacturers. It's built by somebody else for them. They put flat face couplers on here. These couplers are good. They don't leak, but the problem with flat face couplers that I've ran into, and this is a personal preference, I'll say this. I've ragged them pretty hard about those, but I'll say this. A lot of people like flat face couplers, and a lot of people hate flat face couplers. I'm one of the ones who hates them. I have literally been on the top of this tire trying to shove those down. No matter what you do when you take the loader off, you can put it on level ground, concrete, floor, whatever, lock the valves in the tractor, off the tractor, on the loader, do whatever you got to do, lock that stick to make sure nobody bumps it to get pressure on it. Everything. You can turn it off, take the pressure off the loader side or the tractor side, and whatnot, and they will get pressure on them, and you cannot easily get the pressure off to couple them. I wind up and take a screwdriver and tap the valves right up here and these faces right here and get the pressure off, and it gets hydraulic fluid all over me, all over the tractor. So I am converting these to Pioneer. Now what I have ran into while doing that, this is my preference. This is something I'm doing because I don't like it. Not everybody's going to have the same preference. A lot of people like flat face couplers, but I don't like them. I even took them off our skid steers. I'm converting to the Pioneer. Now, if you're like me and you hate this style, you are going to have to go get adapters. These are 1/2-inch pipe, or no, the tractor has 1/2-inch British, I think it's British Special or something style threads. It's British style threads. 1/2-inch British style threads on females on the block, and on the loader the hoses have 1/2-inch British males. So what I did is I went out and I bought adapters because I'm converting this to Pioneer. Well, the Pioneers are all female, whether you're using the male sided coupler or the female sided coupler. The threads into them are all female. These are, the block itself is a female, and this has a male piece that screws down into here, so that was the issue, and it was the wrong thread too. So I had to go get these, which are adapters. They are 1/2-inch British threaded male adapters on one side, and 1/2-inch pipe, which is what the Pioneer takes, male on the other side. This will convert this block to where you can put Pioneer couplers on it, or just the regular. What I mean by Pioneer is the regular standard coupler like most tractors have, used to have. Now the newer ones are all coming out with crap like this, and I don't like it. On the loader, you have to have a British female 1/2-inch thread and a 1/2-inch pipe male together. So one side of this will be the 1/2-inch pipe on the ones I have ordered that's coming, and the other side will be a female that will allow the hoses to screw in, because it does not have 1/2-inch pipe hoses like just about everything does on that loader. They are British male type thread with O-rings on that loader. So I'm converting everything over to Pioneer, so that way I don't have to deal with this anymore, because my other loader that's the same as that has the Pioneer style couplers on it, and I have absolutely zero issues hooking it up and zero issues with pressure or anything. So I'm going to that style. That is something that's one-off. I know this is with this loader in particular. Now the 931X on our 4610 had a miniature Pioneer couplers on them, and I hated those because they leaked. But I'm hoping when I get all this changed over, everything will be great, which I think it will be. It does have DEF. One complaint I have with the DEF is the tank isn't big enough. It doesn't use a lot of DEF fluid, but the tank is a little bit too small to get a full day's work in. They need to make it a gallon bigger somehow. I don't know how. that's up to the engineers at AGCO and Massey to do that, but it needs to be a gallon bigger, because you cannot run, we leave the box of Blue Death in there all the time, you can't run a full day mowing with a 10-foot conditioner with 1 tank of DEF fluid. And when I mean a full day, I'm talking 10 to 12 hour day. You can't do it, which is typically what we run this tractor. On their larger series tractors, the 5 series, and the 6 series tractors, they have bigger DF tanks. This is a 4 series, so hood, top, all steel except for the outer part where it covers the light is a little trim piece. It is plastic on the top. I love the fact that they use steel in their hoods and their tops. The actual part that seals the tractor is steel. I really like that. Down here, these are steel, and the little fender flares on the outside are plastic. So is the back here, because of trim molding. Obviously, if you had to make that out of steel, it'd cost a fortune and drive up the cost of the tractor. I like them like that. They're fine. But they did actually use the inside is steel. Really like that. In here, it's steel as well, so that way it'll hold up. I do not like plastic hoods and plastic side fenders. Those things are junk. They break, they'll crack, and they fade really easily because it's plastic with the paint. They just do not hold up. Steel is better. Every tractor needs steel on it, as far as the hood especially, and the top. And that's kind of how I feel, because the tops are bad. If they're plastic, they'll dry rot and crack over the years, and then you have to go buy a new top, and then generally by the time that happens, the tractor's a little older, and it costs you an arm and a leg to get a top because it's not a brand new tractor. Trailborg tires, love them. So far, I love them. They have 0 wear and 500 hours on them. They ride excellent. They ride so much better than the Michelin tires that's on the 5400. I love the Michelin tires because they don't wear out, but so far these are not wearing out and they ride better. So I'm really liking the Trailborg tires. These are TM 600s. They're 18.4 R30s on the rear. Yeah, they're 460 85 R30 and 18.4 R30. Or it replaces a 18.4 R30. Okay, and it's a 460 85 R30 TM 600 Trailborg. The fronts are also TM 600s. They are 340 or 85 R24s. Really like the Trailborg so far. They have a softer sidewall. I'm hoping the tread isn't softer than the Michelin, and then it'll last longer. The only complaint I really have with the Michelin tires is on the 5400 is the sidewalls are known with those tires, which mine hasn't done it yet. It's a 2008 model. They're bad to dry rot before you wear out the tread, but that's because the damn tread's so hard. And they don't ride as good as the Trailborg does. They're a little bit rougher riding tire. Love the heavy 3-point lift cylinders. This is a 4000 series tractor. A lot of the 5000 series tractors don't have cylinders as big as these I've looked at, and even 6000 series, and these things are heavy. This tractor will lift a lot of weight. I like the linkage over here. Really easy to use, quick to find a hole. You can always find one hole that fits right where you need it. The extendable links, I don't really use these a lot, but they work good. Preferably me, I would like to see them go to the European style with the little quick hitches back here on the back of all the tractors here in the US. I would like to see that instead of these sliding hitches. I don't know why. I don't know if there's like laws or something preventing it here in the US, but I would love to see those where they have the little quick hitch U's right here with little snaps in them. You can buy aftermarket stuff to do the same thing, but it'd be nice to have them on the tractor from the factory, but that's my preference. It's not an issue, but preference wise, this one has an adjuster on one side and not on the other. I would actually like to have it. Somebody said once, well, you can just lift the lift up and down and just adjust the other side to adjust this one. Well, you can do that, but I still like the adjustability feature of that, of not having to do that. One thing I wish this tractor had was 540, 540E, and 1000, even though it is a 4000 series. Don't care for the sight glass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not crazy about it, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. You've got this entire huge giant glass right here, all right? And then you've got this little space that's where you actually check the fluid level on this tractor. And it is hard to see if this tractor is low on fluid until it gets well below the min emblem here, down into here. And I don't like that. If it had a min here and a max here, I would like it better, because then you can see if it's in between. But with that little line, I don't like that. I just assume to have a dipstick like the 5400 has. That is one complaint I have with it.